So hello everyone, hope you are doing good. So I have made this video to predict a model on graduate admission. So the model is, you can see the model. First I will show you a dataset that I have used. So this is the dataset. It contains column like serial number, GRE score, TOEFL score, university, SOP, LOR, CGPA, research and chance of admit. So we have to predict number of students whose chance of admit is more than 100%, like they can get admission in the university. So now we will focus on the model building. So basic step, the step is from which we are start is the importing libraries. So these are the libraries: NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, Seaborn, SciPy. We have imported these libraries, and we will also import sklearn for the model part. So now I will load the dataset. This is the dataset, and these are the basic information about a dataset. Serial number that I have showed you in the Excel file. This is head the top four columns, sorry, top five columns of a dataset. This is basic information like data types of int, float types, and the chance of admit is of float type. We have to predict the chance of admission of the students. So this is basic description, basic description about dataset, and these are the value counts of our score, like GRE score, TOEFL score, university, SOR 4312. These are the chances of their prediction. This is the shape, like the dataset contains 400 rows and 9 columns. These are the data types, like these are all of int type and these are of float type. And now I will show you the columns that you already know. Total there are 10 columns of object type. Now we will check the null values for the pre-processing part. So you can see the dataset contains no null value. All are zero, like all are false. So we don't need to drop any of the column from our dataset. I have written also, so our dataset does not contain any null values. So now we will focus on exploratory data analysis and first plot our histogram. So histogram is basically used to represent data provided in the form of some groups. So you can see I have taken figure size as 2014. You can take any size as of your wish. So these are the columns, serial number, GRE score, and these are the plots, histograms of all the columns. There are 9 columns. Then I have used pair plot. It will give you the pairwise relationships in your data set. Like you can see, and you can use any of the color. Like I have used maroon blue color. You can use any color blind, red, blue, green, etc. So these are the data points. You can see these are all the data points of pair plot. Now we will check the correlation in the data. So we will write data.core, will which will help us to detect the correlation. So these are the correlation points. Then I will use heat map, which will use us to represent data values in various forms of analytics, like web pages, web templates. So you can see, and you can also use different styles in heat map also. There are many styles like colorblind, web screw, different palettes. So I have used n or true here. So this is the diagonal values. Then we will use swarm plot. Swarm plot is of non overlapping points. So these are the GRE score and university ratings on x-axis and y-axis respectively. Then I will use REL plot. This is used for, like, this is a basic scatter plot only. It will combine a facet grid with one of the two level axis functions. Like this is the GRE score on x-axis and CGP on y-axis, and these are the data points. Then I will use box plot, which is very common for EDA part. So this will display the data on five summary blocks, like they are minimum, first quartile, median, third quartile, and maximum. These are the 5 points respectively. Then I will use REG plot. It will plot the linear regression model. Like you can see the slope is y is equal to mx plus c. So we can see a straight line going from CGPA to TOEFL score. So now we will use Euler plot, which is another substitute of box plot only. This is also known as a whisker plot. So this will give us the distribution of quantitative data across several levels. So you can see the 5 plots, and the line plot I have used, which will give you the parameters of the line. Like you will check the frequency of each value here. And the GRE score you can see is of maximum 340. And at 340, the CGPA will be of 9.8. This graph will show you this distribution. Then I have used joint plot, C bonds joint plot. You can also use like facet grid plot also between them. So this will give you biperiod plots. Biperiod means you will have x-axis on CGPA and y-axis on serial number. And if you want to use a 1D graph, you can use univariate also. So this will give you the wrap joint grid. Then I have used swarm plot also on x-axis and y-axis. Then I will use bar plot. Bar plot, you know, very it is a very common graph also used in statistics, maths. So this will give you the relationship between the numeric and categorical variable, and all the size are in the numericals. So these are the bar plot of different columns. Then I will use a scatter plot. This will give you the position of each dot on horizontal and vertical axis. You can see on horizontal and vertical CGP and GRE score. So these are the individual data points. Then we will use KD plot, also known as density plot. This will help us to probability. Yes, this will help us to probability density. So it will depict the density at different values in each continuous variable. So this is the EDA part. Now we will focus on the model building. So for model building, we will train and test our data. So X and Y are the dependent and independent variables. So we will import total 4 models in our dataset. These are lasso large, linear regression, logistic regression, ridge, and lasso. So first we will import the R2 score and accuracy score used for the accuracy scores in regression problem. So this is a regression problem. So we will only apply the regression models, not apply the classification models. So first we will split the training, our data into training and testing. So you can see we have splitted, and random set is 0.3, which means our test size is 30% and training set is 70. And random set is set to 30 so that the data will not change frequently. So you can see the length of X train, X test, Y train, Y test. They are 280, 120, 280, 120. So now we will focus on model building. First model is linear regression, and I will give you some summary about linear regression. It is a problem which focuses on continuous variables and dependent variables. So the equation is y is equal to mx plus c. So first we will fit the model, then we will predict about the score. So these are the intercept and coefficients, and the score we got is 84.64, almost 85% using linear regression. Now we will focus on ridge regression, which is a regularization technique used for multicollinearity. So you can see we have fitted the ridge regression model, and the accuracy score is about 81% using ridge regression. Then we will make a lasso, that is also a regularization technique used in shrinkage. So we got a accuracy score of 76 also using ridge. And the last model is least angle regression, commonly known as large algorithm. So we have imported the libraries R2 score, and we got accuracy score of 71% using large. So this is all about, and the conclusion is that we got a accuracy score of 85 using linear regression and 81 using ridge regression. And the accuracy of other models can further increased by hypertuning. Like you can use grid search CV or random search CV to increase the accuracy of other models also, and it would increase up to 90% if we use. So thank you everyone for watching the video, and please like and subscribe.